You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, let's talk about 80% of the WNBA fan base walking out the door last night, and more specifically, the Indiana Fever fan base walking out the door, and more specifically, Caitlin Clark's fan base walking out the door after, number one, what was a horrific performance from WNBA referees yet again. Once again, robbing a game, stealing a game from Caitlin Clark in the Indiana Fever. The WNBA has no clue. I mean, they seem completely rudderless. Kathy Engelbert should be fired. Adam Silver should take over the whole show because, well, business should be business. And, well, their biggest star is getting the crap absolutely beat out of them. The WNBA has released what can only be described as a cringe statement today. Now, look, in a vacuum, sure, nobody's going to tolerate hateful behavior, but the wokes are dragging the WNBA today. And the fan base, and what I mean is the Caitlin Clark fan base, they are sending the WNBA a very loud and clear message this morning, and the WNBA is not going to like it at all, and we will get to the message. The WNBA released this last night. The WNBA is a competitive league with some of the most elite athletes in the world. While we welcome a growing fan base, the WNBA will not tolerate racist, derogatory, or threatening comments made about players, teams, anyone affiliated with the league. Okay, so in other words, you're going to address all these players that have been beating the crap out of Caitlin Clark all year long. You're going to finally address that? Is that what you're doing? League security is actively monitoring threat-related activity and will work directly with teams and arenas to take appropriate measures to include involving law enforcement as necessary. To my knowledge, nobody's gotten threatened, but they're saying that something was out there said about, well, look, a fan got thrown out last night, or at least there was a discussion made because he was calling Caitlin Clark the C word. Which fan base is hateful now? Literally. And you got fans out there that are literally trying to pull the racism card because we don't think long fingernails should be a thing on a basketball court? What? What does a fingernail have to do with any kind of racism? And I don't want to hear it. I really don't, because I don't care. I mean, that's utterly ridiculous. So, the WNBA got a rude awakening, right, last night. The season is over for 80% of their fans, and it's about to get ugly. You see that right there. It's been trending for 7 hours. The WNBA season conclusion. For the majority of fans, they just shut their televisions off. Or that's the sound, that loud, resounding click was over to watching 7 hours of commercial-free football and not having to worry about juggling a WNBA game on an NFL Sunday or any other time the NFL is on a television screen. It's over. So this little message got met with all kinds of responses. Yeah, tonight's game had blatant fouls against Caitlin Clark that weren't even called. Game 1 was 1,000% worse. Suspension worthy. You let Cheryl Swoops continuously put down your new star. I agree with the statement 100%. Clean it up, WNBA. And that has been the response from a lot of fans. We saw what the WNBA tried to pull here, but we're not dumb. We're not dumb. The hatefulness, the vindictiveness has been towards Caitlin Clark this season. All right? From the original WNBA fan base and from a numerous amount of players around this league that quite obviously, and you could tell those Connecticut Sun players, they hate Caitlin Clark with something special in their heart, which is, it's sad. It is completely sad. Between that little tie-up last night with the Sun players and Caitlin Clark, there was a walk-off by one of those players, and you could tell she had something, a special kind of hate for Caitlin Clark, I think. WNBA fans / Caitlin Clark fans, really and truly, they answered the WNBA in their little statement. So Dave Portnoy called out the outrageous no call, which I showed you last night, right? This one right here where it just got ugly. She got another clothesline from hell. No foul. Please let this be the last quarter of WNBA basketball for me until next season. I can't take anymore. No worries, the season's over. Now that the WNBA season's over, what are you watching next? Yeah, seriously, what are you watching? We're not watching anymore now that Caitlin is eliminated. Hilarious. See you next season. We ain't watching anymore. And I hate to break it to you, woke WNBA fans, the ones complaining, and somebody brought up a MAGA hat. You were triggered by a MAGA hat at the game. I hate to break it to you. As soon as Caitlin Clark laces them up, we're back next year. Oh, we're coming back. And we're going to be loud and proud and just keeping it real. And no, the fan base is not going to be quiet as long as the league continues to let the shit get kicked out of her. Fans are not going to be quiet about that. It's not. So, seriously, I don't know why you believe that they would. Sun advanced to the WNBA semis after sweeping Caitlin Clark in the Fever. Clark out, we're out. That's all the WNBA we watched this season. We're done. Yeah, it's over. Right there, Sun advancing. Just watched my last WNBA game of the season. This is everywhere. Just watch that literally has taken over social media right now. People are like, all right, we're done there. Now, will they still be videos? Sure, because they got hateful, nasty players across this league that can't stand the biggest star in sports right now, and they're going to continue to say dumb and stupid and insightful and spiteful things about Caitlin Clark. That's going to continue to happen, and we're going to continue to call it out. It's unbelievable. I mean, people are mad and calling it racist because we believe that these long, dangerous fake nails shouldn't be allowed in games. Why should they be allowed in games? They're dangerous. And what has that got to do with skin color? And by the way, I've seen some black folks come out and say, no, they really shouldn't be out there on the court. I guess they're racist too. Black, white supremacist, right? Wow. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. Don't worry. This league has failed. I retweeted that cringe statement or whatever it is that they put out, and I said this league is going to get a rude awakening because 2 million of their fans just turned the TV back to the NFL. Sorry, not sorry, or maybe college football, or both. But yeah, when Caitlin Clark's back, we're back. I mean, it's going to be Jack Nicholson Shining style. We're going to be poking our head through the door, smiling. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.